Today we're going to do some stamping with Iron Orchid Designs stamps. I'm Marie, welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you're here today. Let's get started.
Okay, so I have these Iron Orchid Design Crockery stamps. Here is a picture of them on the back of the packaging. They come like this. They also have some masking pieces here that you can use if you want to do layer a stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some unconventional things today. I'm going to do some normal DIYs too, or at least one that you've seen before, but I'm going to try to do some creative, different DIYs with this today. So I have this t-shirt that I purchased from Walmart. I think I paid like, I don't know, $3 for it. If you can see it. It's a V-neck. And I'm going to try to do some stamping on this shirt. I've washed it, so it's ready to go. And I'm going to take these and we're just going to kind of figure out here quickly which ones I think I want to use. So I was reading some different guides and I put this shirt on and I made a little mark here after I put it on. But the guides I was reading say like 1 inch to 1.5 inches down is where you should start your graphic. What I'm going to do first here is I'm just going to kind of figure out, I kind of want to do 3, so I'm going to see which 3 I want to put down here. So one thing that we want to do with these stamps is we want to kind of use a fine sandpaper here and just kind of scuff them up.
So the printed picture of the stamp helps you. It can be used as a guide when you're going to put your stamp down on whatever you're stamping it onto. So I'm just replacing these back on to the place where they go on this sheet, and then I'm just going to cut them out and it'll make it easier for me to stamp it.
Okay, these are the pieces that I'm using. This is an Iron Orchid pad. This is a blank pad that you put your ink on. And then this is the ink that I'm going to be using today. I'm using the China Blue. I'm trying a blue instead of a black. Kind of want to see how that looks. I was looking at the color online and I really liked it, so hopefully I'm going to like it in person too. And then also I'll link where I bought this. I bought it at a shop. The lady is really quick in getting stuff out to you. And I purchased it with my own money, so it's not sponsored or affiliated or anything. All right. I'll try and lay it out as flat as I can because I have a small surface here. So take this, we need to put this underneath so that the stamp doesn't go through to the back.
Okay, I am inking my stamp here. I will link a tutorial below on how to actually ink your pad. And then I forgot to turn my camera. So actually I had ink on my hand so I couldn't turn the camera, but I'm going to show you in just a second how it looks along with stamping the second one. Okay, so that's how the first one looks, and I did get it a little darker in some spots there. And while I would have rather it not be like that, it's okay because I do want it to kind of have kind of a worn look to it. That is what I'm going for here. This is a fun shirt that I'm making. I'm probably just going to wear this around the house, or I may wear this as like a shirt that I just use to like paint in or whatever, but I really wanted to use these crockery stamps on a shirt. I just thought that they would be fun, that it would be a fun thing to wear, kind of an unconventional way of using these stamps. And I'm really liking the way that it's looking so far. So let me know what you think of this idea. So next, we're going to let it cure for 24 hours, which I have done, just air dried. And then we're going to heat set it with an iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper, and we're going to take the parchment paper and lay it over the pieces here. And the only reason we're using the parchment paper is so that just in case I were to get some ink on my iron. So it's a protective for the iron, really. It's not really anything with the ink. They say at Iron Orchid Designs that the ink should not get on your iron, but I am using the parchment paper just to be sure. Also, you want to use your iron on its hottest setting or the highest setting in order to heat set it. All right, that's how it's looking, and then we're going to wash it. Now we can wash it, and here's how it looks when it's all done. So I purchased these canvas bags from Amazon quite a while ago, and I'm just going to take one of them here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unzip it. And I have a plastic like cutting board from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to insert that inside of this so that I can stamp it, and then I won't stamp the opposite side of it. So I realized that these stamps are advertising like food products. There is a new spring line, and I did want to just show you a clip here. There are some stamps in here that are not food related that I think would work really well for this project, and that just came out. So if you were to go to Iron Orchid Designs, you would see those products on their website, but they sell through independent retailers, and so you could look those up, and there's, like I said, there's a lady that I use that I bought the ink from that I could link. She might have the new stuff, and then there's also several others. So you see how the print is on there. We're going to just take that and we're going to line it up with the stamp so that when I go to stamp it, I know exactly where I'm stamping it, and so it's lined up exactly right. Okay, so I'm going to start inking my stamp here, and as I'm inking it, I realize that it really needs more ink. So I'm just going to add a little ink to the top of the ink pad there. You just add a little bit on the top, and then you just kind of spread it around with the tip. You don't have to add a lot to re-ink it. All right, we're going to take our stamp now and we're going to line it up with the picture so that when I go to stamp it, it stamps correctly. We're going to pick a spot, and once we set it down, we don't want to move it. We want to keep it still and just press down where we have the ink. There, and then I will, when this dries, I will do the other side also. I bought these two brass looking, kind of weathered brass looking clasps, and they have a larger piece on the bottom, which is what I wanted. And I also got these from Amazon, so I can link those below if you're interested. And then I have all of this ribbon here, and this gingham ribbon also came from Amazon, as well as the dark blue that I have too here. Both of these came from Amazon. The other pieces are pieces that I already had in my stash. And so I want to look at this ribbon, and I want to see how many of these I want to use. And when I lay it all out here, I just figure out that, quite honestly, I just want to use all of it. So that's what I'm going to do today.
but I do want these to be about the same length as that. So I'm gonna cut all the rest of these to the same length as that one. All right, so let's see how we want to stack these.
Alright, so after I get these stacked and I get them looped through the hook, I'm just going to use some jute to tie a knot there about 1 inch down, and then I'm going to use some hot glue to kind of tame the edges. And then I'm going to take another piece of the gingham ribbon and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of put that over the jute. We're going to hide the jute with the gingham ribbon. And we're just gonna glue that down and trim it to size. And then after I get this piece down, I still have some jute that's showing. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and add a second piece of the gingham ribbon on here. So that's how that's looking. I will trim my edges and we're just gonna take our piece now. And one thing that I did, and you wanna watch out for this, is that I wasn't quite, I should have measured my zipper on my canvas and I did have a little trouble getting this on here. I did make it fit, but you just wanna make sure that your larger piece that you add on there is actually going to go through the hole of the zipper that's on the canvas. And that's how that looks. We're just going to trim up the edges here, make them all even so they're all the same size. And I've added a little tassel to my canvas bag, and I really like all the blue colors. I think they go well together. And then I have a nice little bag that I can use to store makeup in, or maybe some hair items, or anything, papers, anything that I might need it for. So I think it's a real cute bag, and I thought it was a nice way to use the crockery stamps.
Okay, so I'm going to take this jar. This is, I believe this is from the Dollar Tree. And even though it has this indentation on this side, I'm actually going to be using this side here. And then I'm going to take my gloss acrylic in the white color. And I'm just going to put some out there. And we're just going to start painting.
And I'm going to end up giving this jar 2 coats of paint. So this coat, let it dry, and then about 20 minutes to a half an hour. I think I let mine dry a little bit longer, and then we'll go ahead and do a second coat. All right, I've got 2 coats on here that have dried now, and I like to use these bags of beans to keep my jars in place when I'm working on them. And they can roll around when you're doing the stamps, so you have to be real careful. And I did a pretty good job here. I didn't do a perfect job, but I did a pretty good job, so I'm happy with it. The way that I used the stamp there, you want to make sure it doesn't roll. And then I decided to use this gingham to cover up the rubber piece at the top that I painted over. So we're just going to hot glue this gingham ribbon on here. Just finish it up here and I will style it up for you. So another idea that I had was I have these flour sack cloths, and I think these came from Walmart. I think you can also get them at Dollar General. And I had an idea to just stamp these on the flour sack towel and make a decoration that way. I'm really just wanting to show you how a lot of these crockery stamps look. I like to make these different projects, but I just thought it might be nice to show you how several of them look once you get them stamped. That's another reason for making this video, is to just kind of show other people who might be interested in getting these how they all look when they're stamped. I didn't do all of them, but I did a lot of them here. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm really liking this China Blue. Let me know what you think about it. Do you like the black better? You think the black would be better, or are you liking the blue? I'm really liking this color. We're just going to stick those down there. And then we're going to add in the other two here real quick. If you are enjoying these projects or you've enjoyed this video, you might want to consider hitting the like button. That helps my channel out quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel, Bluebird Home and DIY. And I love to do DIYs, and I love to talk all things home decor, and sometimes I do a few recipes too. But if you're interested, definitely I'd love to have you here on my channel. So think about subscribing if you're enjoying what you see. And so here is how I styled up the last project. Thank you for watching today. I certainly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.